everybody. I hope everybody's having a good day. Like I say in all my videos, I'm not responsible if anybody gets hurt. It's just my opinion. Today I'm going to be talking about, I thought it would be a subject that would be fun. It would be about UFOs and stuff. Have we ever had UFOs in a, or no? I want to look it up. It'd be interesting to find out. Excuse me. Hopefully you can see me. I'm trying to make it that you can see me. Okay. All right, here we go. Because in the past people have said there are UFOs, so I'm gonna just look it up because some people were trying to like hide it. So I'm gonna see. Did we ever have UFOs, sightings, like if it's a bunch of crap, if it's not really true? Did we have UFOs? Did they really exist? And, in the olden days, like, I don't know, the early 1800s and 1900s, were there UFOs sightings, in the, early 1900s? Please tell me. Were there early sightings of UFOs? I'm going to do this. And I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. 5. Oops. Were there UFOs in, in the turn of the century? I'm going to try to. Yeah. All right, let's see. Were there UFOs in the turn of the century, like the 1900s or early 1800s during the Civil War? Were there UFO sightings or something? There was sudden change in the atmosphere. This is the tower. There was sudden change that was going on in the 1800s, 1900s, and people weren't sure what was going on. There was chaos. They weren't sure what was going on. They might have heard or seen something that they weren't sure. And there was some disaster. They weren't sure what to do because people might think they're crazy if they told them that. And they had some insight. There were some people who said, they do believe in UFOs, and a lot of people might have thought, and there was release. There was chaos because they saw things that they weren't sure that was true. And this is the three of swords. There were negative talks. People thought, you're crazy talking about UFOs. There's no such as UFOs back in those times. And if you did, they probably put you in a mental hospital. And they were trying to forgive the people who were saying that there were UFOs. They said, you're kind of crazy. Maybe we should lock you up. So, and they were trying to recover. People were trying to recover from knowing that there were some, but other people said you're crazy. And this is the 7 of Swords in reverse, coming clean. They wanted to come clean and say, yes, there were UFOs, and they were thinking their approach, like, how can I tell people that there are UFOs without being locked up or be called crazy and, put in a loony bin, because they would probably do that. They were scared. And this is messages. They had some messages. They thought, Spirit is sending you messages, open your greater vision to your insight. So they had some insight. People had insight that there was UFOs that were around. They had insights thinking, there is some, but we're not going to talk about it too much. Like I said, they would be locked up or put in a mental hospital or treated with medicines. And a partnership for a new age. This is, they might have tried to have the partners, meaning their significant other. They wanted their significant other to believe them, and the partner, they tried to have the partners think the way they did, but the partners weren't so sure. All right, I'm gonna look up, uh, did they do, when they, when people, thought they were crazy, did they put them in mental hospitals, or did things to people when they thought, in the 1900s or 1800s or something, when they saw the UFOs and stuff, did they put them into mental hospitals? I'm going to do 3 cards. Did they put these poor people in mental hospitals or drug them up? They thought, all right, this is the pentacles in reverse. They had dark sides of wealth. These people who thought these people were crazy had money, and they wanted to do dark things and finances, so they did fear loss. They thought, oh, these people are crazy, so we're gonna, give them, put them in the hospital, and they don't think they thought they were lack of stable. They didn't think they were stable. The people thought that people were crazy that believed in UFOs, and the government thought they were nuts, so we're gonna have to lock them up. And they wanted the money because they didn't want to research it. And the Ace of Wands, the people who believed them wanted to do projects to figure out if there was UFOs, and see if it really did exist. The people who believed in that, and they urged to be creative and find ways to keep it to themselves, because otherwise they would be locked up or use medicines on them. And they did willpower and desire not to tell people so they wouldn't be locked up. And they tried to start from beginnings by thinking ways to prove in UFOs. Maybe they started, cameras and taking pictures. Okay, and there were. This is a 6 of swords in reverse. We're having a lot of swords. Person of transformation. People wanted to find out the truth about if there were UFOs. People wanted the ones that weren't they said who were crazy. They wanted to recover, and it was a lot of emotional baggage because a lot of people didn't believe them. So did they take? I'm gonna do things. When cameras were invented and people started doing this, did they take photos of what they thought they saw? And then I'm going to ask another question. Did they take, they took photographs. They took photographs. Did they take photographs of what they thought were when they invented the camera? Did they take photographs what they thought was UFOs? These 2 out and 1. I'll do 3. Yeah, they were artistic. They thought they saw some pictures and they took them, and they were focused. They had activities. This is a child, Ace of Cups. They thought they were taking pictures of the UFOs. They do believe the people later, when they invented cameras and stuff, they did take pictures. They thought was and they thought it was good news to take pictures. Yay! We found UFOs. They thought it was UFOs. We think it's UFO. So a lot of people thought they were UFOs in the early stages of cameras, and during the time, like during the cameras when they took pictures, and later they did think that they had the opportunity, and their messages, maybe they thought the UFOs given the messages. Also, they thought, this is a 4 of Cups in reverse. Some people thought it was boring, like, oh, God, you gotta be kidding, there's no such thing as, this is boring, you believing in UFOs. And they were detached. Maybe they had family members who were tired of hearing about it. Oh, you're boring, I'm tired of hearing it. They're detached. Maybe some people's marriages went downhill because of it. And they were trying to move on. They said, I'm tired of you talking about UFOs. You're being obsessed with UFOs. You have to think about something else. Get a different hobby. Think about something better. But then there was progress later. People did start believing in the UFOs, taking pictures. Other people think they saw them, and there was progress. They thought victory, yay! People are starting to believe there are UFOs. Later in like the 50s and the 60s and the 70s, people did think there were UFOs. So yeah, they did think in progress. They had progress, taking photographs, taking pictures, better cameras, better technology, and they had self-confidence, saying, yes, we can finally prove that there is UFOs, like ET or whatever, Close Encounters or whatever. All right, I'm going to ask, did the military try to hush down the UFO stuff? Did they, UFOs, they said, oh, there's no such thing. Did the Army, Navy, Marines, or whatever, tried to cover-ups with the UFOs? Were there cover-ups in the UFO? It was like, because they didn't want it to come out that UFOs existed. The military say, oh, there's no such thing as UFOs. They wanted to teach people that there was no UFOs. They wanted us, this is the hierophonic, they wanted traditions. They wanted, no, there's no UFOs. You got to be silly if you believe in UFOs. That's not right. And they thought they were smarter, and they were going to try to trick the people, saying, oh, there's no such a thing as UFOs. You must be crazy, or you're dumb, or you need to be locked up or on medication. And they should forget, they were going to forgive you for being nuts. They thought people were crazy that believed in them. They were going to and they were doing some compassion. The military was compassion to the people, saying, oh, we'll be compassion to you, even though in the back they thought they were nuts. And this is the Five of Wands in reverse. They were aggressive with the people who believed in it. They were aggressive. They said, no, we're not going to let you believe in them. We don't want you to believe in they were hiding it. They wanted to be aggressive. They didn't want people to know that there were UFOs. They were aggressive. They wanted to avoid conflict. They don't want people to know that there was. And they wanted the people in all the military to work as a team. They didn't want outsiders to work. And they wanted harmony with the people who believed in it. They didn't want to cause trouble, because then it would be in the newspapers and TVs and everything. So, and this is the Magician reversed. So they had poor planning. The people in the government in the military saying about, oh, we're going to do cover-ups and stuff. So they had poor planning and delays, like saying, oh, well, there's no, there's no UFOs. We're not going to let people know that there are. So, and they were weak about it. They didn't do a really good job, because people kept on insisting that there were UFOs. So they did a lousy job, the military, when it came to covering up. So they did. All right, so let's, I'm going to do, is there any, so will it ever come out that UFOs really are around? Is it ever, are they finally going to tell the truth? Are people going to be telling the truth about UFOs? Are they going to really exist? Are people finally going to, sorry about my shuffling. Are people going to finally say there are UFOs? They do exist? Is the military and United States or Europe or whatever going to finally admit there are UFOs? Please tell me. I'll do 3. Are they going to finally admit? Yes, eventually they will, but they're going to have courage in telling the people. They're going to have to say, okay, we lied, we didn't tell the truth. They're going to have to test their faith and boundaries. They're going to only tell so much, because they don't want to be, screwed and, told, I tell you so, I told you so, I told you so. For like over 75 to 100 years, they lied, saying there was no, and they're going to taste their faith, and hopefully people will forgive them, because maybe there was something about the UFOs that they were afraid to tell us. Maybe there was something, and they thought they were being encouraged not telling, but they are going to tell now. And there's going to be challenges in telling people the truth about UFOs. there's going to be movement, and it's going to be fast paced in the future. They're going to tell fast about what happened, air travel. Maybe they came from, maybe they traveled to the moon or something. Maybe I'll ask that. And they gain momentum. They're moving fast. They're going to tell us what happened finally. And they're going to have, maybe it's because they didn't have enough money to tell. They're scared that someone might find out and throw lawsuits against them, because maybe they're scared that someone said there was UFOs and they were threatening lawsuits against them. So they're learning about financing. Maybe people would be threatening, and they're going to try to be loyalty to the people now by telling the truth. All right, I'm going to look. This is an interesting question, and this will be the last. Did UFOs go to the moon and Mars? Have UFOs ever? Oh God, had UFOs, have they ever been to Mars or the moon? Have they ever been to Mars or moon? UFOs, extraterrestrials. Have they ever been to Mars, the moon, or other galaxies and other planets? I'm going to do 3 cards. Have they ever been to other galaxies or other planets, like Mars, the moon? We'll just do 3. We'll see what they said. They said they had emotionally blocked. I don't know. I feel like they didn't want to go to the other planet because maybe they thought it was there were bad things there that they didn't like. Maybe they thought maybe they couldn't breathe there, or they didn't have enough water. Maybe because I know Jupiter and the moon and Mars doesn't have very much water, so they have blocked emotions. They didn't want to go to the moon or Mars right now because maybe they need water like we do, or they needed something or something. Maybe they just they're not interested in going to other planets, maybe. And it's bad news. They said, I don't know if we want to even do it. So, end of a relationship. Maybe they didn't want to go to other planets because, like I said, they not have enough water or something, enough resources, I feel. They also thought it was being selfish going to the other planets. They felt like they were greedy, maybe they thought they knew we were going up there. I feel like they knew we were up there and they want to be happy and they didn't want to waste their time up going to another planet. I feel like they had shattered dreams. They were thinking of going to other planets. These creatures, these higher life forms, or whatever you want to call them, and they were sad. And it was shattered dreams. Maybe they couldn't do it. Maybe they don't have the oxygen to go up there. Maybe they can't breathe like we can. So or they just don't want to, and it's a failure. They didn't want to. Maybe it's too far from them, or they don't have the resources to go there, or they don't. The planet doesn't have the resources. That's what it says here. They're emotional about it. They had, all right, and this is, they had choices where they wanted to go, and that wouldn't be very, there's no life in Mars and moon and Jupiter. There's no life forms. So I think that's a big part of it, is that there's no life forms in the moon, the Mars and Jupiter. There's no life forms. So I think they didn't really want to go there. And it was a difficult decision because they wanted to probably learn about Mars, the moon, Jupiter and stuff. They probably could do it. They probably had fast, but they didn't want to. And they coming to crossroads. They were thinking, should we go to the Mars, moons, or whatever? So they said, no, they don't want to do it because, like I said, there's no life forms there. Maybe, like I said, maybe they didn't have enough water. Maybe they needed water to survive like we do. Who knows? I'm just saying what my thoughts are, what I'm feeling, and this is entertainment purposes. So, and they were thinking of options, Maybe there's better options than going to the red planet or the moon and Jupiter and Saturn and everything, maybe they thought that would be boring. So they did not want to go to other planets, the people. So, yeah, they were not interested in going to a, and we are going. Are they going to be friendly creatures or whatever you want to call them? I hate calling them creatures because I don't know what they are. It's what they do on, Close Encounters and E.T. and all those movies. They consider them creatures and all of them. I don't know what they are. Anyway, are we gonna get along with these? Are we gonna be in peace with these higher? Because I think they're gonna be smarter than us. Are we gonna get along with Are we gonna get along with these astral beings? Are we gonna get along? I'll just do 3 cards. Are we gonna get along with them? It says we're gonna have confidence and victory with us. They think we can learn from them and they can learn from us. So, and they're gonna recognize that public recognition, self-confidence. They're gonna be confident. We're gonna all get along. Hopefully, that we'll all get along. There's going to be confidence when we meet them in the future. We're going to try to get along with them. So I feel there's confident, and they're going to recognize, and they're going to be self-confidence, thinking, oh, let's try to get along with these earthlings or whatever they're going to think of us. So they're going to get along, but this is the 10 of Wands. They think we're immature and careless because of the way we take care of the planet. And they think, with the wars, they say we're careless because we're fighting each other. They probably think this is dumb. This is how I feel. This is the cards. They say we do carry the burden. They say we're carrying a burden of having all these wars and taking care of the planet is bad. They think we're taking bad care of the planet. They, destroying the ozone layer. They think it's a burden that we're doing bad things to the planet. And we're irresponsible of destroying they think we're doing terrible things to the planet, having all these wars, like I said, taking, with the ozone layer, pollution and everything. They're very discouraged about that. And they think it's stressful for them to deal with these things because they think it's very stressful that we have to deal with. They're very stressful because they think, why are we doing this? Why are we having all these problems? They think this is dumb and stressful. And they also think, this is the 8 of Pentacles, they think we're careless on how we take care of the planet and we're on focus and we're workaholics. They think we work too much and not play enough. We have to work all of the time. They think we should take time for our families and friends and take it easy. And they think some people are lazy too. They think some people are lazy, like get off your ass. They think some earthlings are lazy and don't do a good job, like, you should get off your butt and stuff. And they think like we neglect each other and the planet, like I said, neglect the planet, neglect each other, not looking out for each other. They think we're very neglect and lack of focus. They think we're not focused on promises we deliver as, the president or our leader. They think they think we're not focused on the promises. So yeah, they're very discouraged on how we're treating the planet. These are these people, these UFO people, whatever you want to call them. They're very discouraged. They do not like how we're treating the planet and stuff. That's what I'm reading the cards. And they do exist. People believe in them. I believe in UFOs. If you don't, that's your thing. And eventually we will come in contact, and they want to do it friendly. They don't want disharmony, and they did not want to go to other planets because there's nothing there for them, and they want to be with people who they can talk to in a special way. Maybe they do it telekinesis or whatever way. Who knows? So yeah. And so this is entertainment purposes. Until my next video, take care and bye-bye.